Hello and welcome to the Morning Rundown. I'm Juliana Bruno. We have your weekly guide to what's happening, what's trending, what we're following here on NEWS10 ABC in the morning.
Yes, I'm Sarah Douglas. I'm one of the producers here, and we're going to get right into it. I think this week we're starting off with the new bus patrol in Albany.
That's right. We've seen this in some other school districts before, but it uses AI-powered cameras on the stop arms on the school buses to record anyone who violates, who passes a school bus when it's stopped, and you get fined. So this is something to be aware of. They are going to do a grace period, but why risk it? You know, you see the bus, you see the lights flashing, best to just stop.
You know what's one of the most interesting things about this story was that the majority of the people getting fined are first-time offenders. Yeah. Which means that it works.
It works. You do it once and you get that fine and you never forget it. So you pay attention in the future. So hopefully it helps keep students safe. Of course, we know that the topic of students near school zones has been really front and center lately in the city of Albany. The speed zone cameras in school zones have been in full effect. Now they're adding this to kind of increase the safety elsewhere that the buses travel, which, you know, all good because the students just need to get to where they're going safely, get to school, get on the bus. You know, it's important to note that even if you're on the other side of a median, school bus stops, that arm comes out, you have to stop.
I didn't realize that. I think in South Carolina, the law was a bit different. Yeah. But also, no one wants to be the person that passes a stopped school bus. Nobody wants to see a kid crossing and be that person that's like, oh, shoot, I didn't see the stop sign. So it's always good. Flashing lights. Yep. Stop.
Pay close attention. All right, up next.
Yes.
The Empire State Plaza revitalization. So looking to make some improvements here to connect the plaza to downtown. It's part of the Championing Albany's Potential initiative. You're looking at some of the video here of the Empire State Plaza, the egg, the artwork that you can see at the Empire State Plaza. Great place to go for a walk if you haven't explored lately. Sarah, have you walked over there lately?
I have. I went for the 4th of July, so all the fireworks, which was unbelievable, by the way. But I took my family there recently as well and took them inside the Capitol building, and it's just fun. I like being able to like go and take pictures. And they've got the I Heart New York sign, which my family from out of state loved.
Yeah, there's lots to explore. I think even in the concourse, there's a lot to explore. Art exhibits down there connects you to the convention center, connects you to the museum. Yeah. Something that I've heard, because they are doing public comment periods for people to submit their feedback, and I believe they just had one this week. But something that I have heard from people who have participated in it is they would like expanded access to the concourse, so outside of work hours. You know, things close down there at 5 o'clock when state workers go home. You know, there are some eateries, there's a gym, and most things close down at the end of the workday, but some people are looking for a little bit more time to explore. Maybe if you're not a state worker and you'd like to check out what's going on down at the concourse. But of course, the plaza is always open to walk around, and the farmers markets that they have out there during the summer are great.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah, I have not been. I like being able to just check it out. I mean, the museum, I went with one of our producers, Casey, and we just ran through the museum and explored it all, and her favorite exhibit was like all of the different rocks.
That's a good one. Yeah, they have geodes.
It's cool.
They also have the mastodon exhibit. That's a big one.
That was cool.
They have the log cabin one as well. I grew up going, that was like the museum we would go to on field trips all the time.
No way.
And also my parents would just take us there on weekends or holiday breaks. And there's always new exhibits plus those old classic ones like the mastodon. And then they have like a bird exhibit, the birds of New York. I love that one. I actually, when I was a kid, my brother and I were at like the opening of the bird exhibit, and we were on the Times Union, like a photo of us checking out the bird exhibit.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
Pretty crazy Bruno family
You were in the
lore.
news before you were in the news.
Exactly.
It really is kind of cool. And honestly, one of the more powerful exhibits is like the 9/11
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Oh, my gosh. It's like fully walking through that was really incredible just to see all of the different aspects of 9/11 that I personally didn't think about whenever I was growing up. Yeah. Like the subway systems and all of the...
Well, and it was also surreal to see actual pieces of infrastructure that they have in the museum. You're staring at it in front of you, you know, shrapnel, things like that. Really surreal. We're fortunate that we get to have this kind of history and pay our respects locally. So much to do with the Empire State Plaza and downtown Albany in general. You know, so we'll
highlights
see.
all of New York. It's really
fascinating.
fascinating.
What comes next with this revitalization.
Yeah, no, for sure. Okay, so moving on, we had an interview this week.
Yes.
And it was all about Bobby Mack.
Bobby Mack, Robert McNamara, he's passed away last year, and he was well known in the community for his philanthropy. He would write checks to organizations he believed in, including Park Playhouse. That's a picture of him actually at Park Playhouse. That's him with Yono Pernomo, the owner of Yono's restaurant in Albany. He just supported the arts. He supported the local community. When he passed away, it was a big loss for the organizations that were often beneficiaries of not only his fundraising, but you know the fact that if people knew Bobby Mack was going to an event, it was going to be popping. So in his memory, they're having a pregame tailgate party. It's a Sunday party at Tawasenta Park in Guilderland. Their goal is to raise $50,000 for 4 organizations that he previously supported. And they've got some big names coming, some athletes coming for appearances and autographs and photos. There's going to be a contest, like a competition between restaurants serving up tailgate food. Seems like it's going to be major. The tickets are on sale. They're only selling 50 tickets at the event, so you have to get them in advance. But, you know, I think it's going to be a huge turnout. A lot of people want to make sure his legacy lives on. Yeah.
It was really cool. And you being able to talk about, it sounds like it's just going to be this huge, massive tailgate party, like the biggest one in the capital region.
That's what they're calling it. So great place to go hang out with the family before you sit down and watch the game. It was so great having Jay Vandervoort in studio with us. He's the chair of the big tailgate party in honor of Bobby Mack. So let's check out a little bit of that.
For those who don't know, Bobby Mack, didn't know who he was, didn't have the pleasure of interacting with him while he was here. Tell me about him.
Well, he was a very charity-minded guy. He probably played in half the charity golf tournaments in the Capital District over the last 25 years. He was at pretty much every gala. If you've been to a charity event, you've met Bob McNamara. So
So having a charity event where you're raising money in his memory for these organizations that he championed while he was here, tell me why it's important to continue carrying on that mission that he had.
Yes, great. Well, so he was a huge loss. When he passed away suddenly a year ago last May, it was not only loss to his family, his close friends, but also the fundraising community. Many of these fundraising organizations relied on Bob McNamara to show up at events, bid on auction items, write big checks, and be a huge part of the success of these events over the years. So it was a big loss to the community as well. So we wanted to pay that forward and keep his fundraising activity moving forward. We did a charity golf tournament in June for the Regional Food Bank and wrote them a check for almost $59,000 at the end of the day. And this is the second event that we're having, the tailgate, to celebrate Bobby Mack.
And which are the organizations that you're uplifting this time around?
Okay, so 4 more of his favorite charities, including the Capital District YMCA, Albany Park Playhouse, Family Promise, and Yono Scholarship Foundation. Yono being the owner of the local restaurant, Yono's Restaurant.
Absolutely. And so this event is going to have food, it's going to have entertainment, and it's going to have some big names, big local faces that are going to be there that people will recognize. It's in Tawasenta Park in Guilderland on Sunday. What else is lined up? Give me some of the juicy details.
Well, first and foremost, it is a tailgate restaurant competition. So we have 20 restaurants that are competing. They're going to put out their best tailgate food. We have a panel of 3 celebrity judges, including Joe Carr, the founder of Josh Cellars, former Mayor Jerry Jennings, Benita Zahn, former anchor on News Channel 13. We have Stephen Baker, the touchdown maker, a former New York Giant, wide receiver who actually caught the winning catch in the Super Bowl 25 in the Giants' victory. So he's going to be there all day signing autographs and pictures. We have the Bunker is bringing their outdoor golf simulator. We are going to be doing a close to the pin contest. And we've got some football games of chance. We've got a mocktail bartender competition that Tess Collins is running. So we've got something for everybody, really.
Family-friendly event, something for the kids, something for the older kids, something for the parents. Sounds like a lot of fun. You're looking at the flyer on your screen. There's a QR code. If you hold up your phone to it, you can scan it. It'll take you to a link to purchase tickets. This is going to be a hot ticket to get, so better to get them now than to wait until later. We'll remind you about this throughout the week, but really take a picture of this with your phone right now if you can get to the screen. This is going to be the event of the weekend, absolutely.
We'll keep everyone posted, see how the fundraising totals go. Maybe that'll be our next Giving on 10.
Oh yeah, it'll be really fun to see.
We'll keep tabs on that. We have much more coming that we'll break down for you, but first we'll take a quick break. Welcome back. You're here with us for the morning rundown. Sarah, let's jump right back into it. What's next?
Okay, so now we're going to talk about a really incredible story. A story that started with just absolute heartache and just sad situation, but has turned into something really, really beautiful.
Okay.
We're talking about Petal.
Oh, Petal.
Petal had a really hard moment in life.
Oh,
you can
so
see
emaciated.
right there, just came from an abusive situation, emaciated, found in a really bad situation. Petal has been since recovering, and Petal is doing okay now. In fact, Petal has a forever home.
That's right. Petal was found in Hudson, abandoned, back in July. 37 pounds. For a big dog like that, that is not normal. She's now a healthy 50 pounds.
All her ribs.
Oh, gosh. We're so happy she's doing better. Hard to see. We've had a number of animal abuse cases in the capital region as of late, which is awful. But it has inspired some new legislation, some movement to create animal abuse registries, which that's an effort underway in Saratoga, just to ensure that the people who abuse animals don't get the opportunity to do so again. Compiles their names, their offense, so that way these precious animals don't end up in the wrong hands.
Dogs resilience, too. I mean,
such resilience. Dogs have only love to give, and if they're shown love, they give love back. But even when they're shown, neglect, they still welcome love, upon their recovery. So we're so happy for Petal, that Petal has recovered. Obviously, we're thinking of those families in Argyle who lost their dogs in the boarding facility there. 21 dogs passed away. So another just terrible case of animal abuse and neglect. And we continue following these stories closely because we know they not only impact the people who
their family.
Their family, but also, all dog owners feel this, how you get so close to your dog, it's like a member of your family, and it's hard to see animals suffer.
Yeah. Well, and from what I hear, Petal was a fan favorite.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. At the rescue where she was recovering, she became like all of the staff's favorite dog there. Definitely, they wanted to show her love, they were saying, but also she was showing them so much love.
She's so sweet.
And, oh my gosh, I mean, just to have her new home. I think she went home on Saturday to her new family. So hopefully, she's all on the up from here. She's going to have all the toys, all the treats. A really happy ending there. Yeah. All right, so moving on. We had so many incredible interviews this week, and one of them was absolutely unbelievable. We had a group of Irish dancers come in, so let's take a look at that.
Kian and Brittany, there they are.
They're so good.
So good. And, they did this without any backing track. They were keeping the time just with their pure skill, raw talent. A Taste of Ireland is coming to Pittsfield. And, it's just one of those shows that even if you think you're not like a particular fan or enthusiast of Irish music, they promise that this is the kind of show that appeals to everyone.
No, it's really cool, and it was impressive to see. We had our newsroom. A lot of the people who work in the newsroom came in to watch them perform, and I mean, just an incredible thing to see. I've always wondered how they do this because I grew up tap dancing and stuff. I feel like I could do the tap part of it.
Yeah, but there's definitely their feet are very turned out the whole time. You'll notice that. A lot of hopping going on.
Yeah.
Also, side note, their outfits are incredible.
Incredible.
Gold and green velvet
suit.
Yeah. It was so much fun. They were so nice. We loved having them in the studio. Why don't we watch a little bit of our chat with them?
Tell me a little bit about what it's like to tour with this show.
Yeah, I mean, it's something quite unique to be able to travel the world. We just came from the West End in London, and we were in Australia and New Zealand last year, and traveling around the States now up until Christmas, so it's quite a bizarre thing to call our job. But I mean, especially here in America, where the audiences just love Ireland. They just love the live music and dance aspect of it, so it's really brilliant to bring the show around the States.
If someone out there thinks that maybe it's not their thing, you know, they've never ventured into the world of Irish music or dance before, why is this show a good place to start for them?
I think the show kind of, you know, it really encompasses the Irish humour, or we call it like crack on stage. So, you know, as much as it is a theatre performance, it's also, you know, it is a really enjoyable experience. It's very interactive with the crowd. You know, we try and get them involved as much as possible. So it's not just like they sit there and watch the show, they really kind of get involved.
That's incredible. The music is upbeat, it's fun, but I know that Irish music can also be on the other end of the spectrum of emotions as well. What would you say is the vibe of this show, though?
I mean, it definitely tells the story of Ireland through the Irish music and the Irish dance. So it starts at the kind of creation when the Vikings came over and the kind of tougher times of the Easter Rising and the famine, and then we get into the second half and the excitement and right through to modern day Ireland. So we kind of jump between the exciting kind of upbeat music, but there's also some nice kind of ballads in there as well. Without giving anything away.
Right. We want to leave some surprise for the audience. What's your favorite part of the show, Brittany?
Funny you were just talking about the, you know, the more emotional. There's the Irish ballad Danny Boy in there, and there's a contemporary solo that the lead female does, and I think that that's a really special moment, just because it's very different to like everything else that we do in the show. That'd be my favorite.
Happy that they came in and gave us a little show. Always good when we can bring, you know, live performance elements into the studio. We try to do that whenever possible. So if you got a group, a musical group, some dancers, some singers that you're interested in having, contact us, contact Sarah. She loves to book interesting interviews and keep things fresh and fun in the studio.
So do you. I feel like we are constantly trying to figure out the coolest interviews that we can have in about the coolest things going on in the
Our next one, we're having
region.
Puppies and cider donuts, so that's
puppies
exciting.
And donuts. Everybody loves puppies and donuts.
It's going to be fun.
Things. We've had a lot of fun. I feel like ever since we've started working together with the 9 a.m. show, we've just been having so much fun with it.
Agree.
And oh my gosh, the holidays! I'm excited.
I'm so
we're gonna have to
holidays.
Really do it up.
You know, Santa usually stops by.
That's what I heard. I heard that Santa stops by.
He loves NEWS10.
I think I was there the last time he came by.
He told me that I was on the nice list.
He did.
Yeah.
I remember
and
that.
It ended up being true. There were presents under the tree.
That's good.
So, and because at first I was like, is he just saying this because we're live on TV? But
I don't think
apparently
so.
He meant it.
Juliana got a candy cane.
I did.
From Santa himself. Yep. I feel like that's like an incredible Christmas gift.
It is. To meet Santa, to have him on our show.
Yeah.
How special is that? So we're looking forward to the holidays. We just had an interview today about Nutcracker auditions.
I know.
That was our upside. So go to our website, NEWS10.com, to get those details. If you have like a young dancer in your life, a production of the Nutcracker is coming to the Palace Theater, ages 6 to 17. They're casting dancers. So
it should be really fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that's as a former dancer, that would have been like my dream.
Same. Well, I was in the Nutcracker with Albany Berkshire Ballet growing up.
You were.
Like every year until I was of party child age. So you know the girls at the beginning that are at Clara's Christmas party. So I went all the way up to that age.
Party child.
I was also an angel, a mouse, a clown, a reindeer, It was so much fun. My parents, God bless them, they sat through it every year. So did my brother.
All the different costumes. I remember we had a costume for like a Christmas show that I was in. It was a reindeer costume that was long sleeved with like gloves, like it all the way. It was a leotard, and it had a whole reindeer head on the top.
I'm gonna need photos.
Yeah, I'll look for that. I think I have it with like the reindeer head off and me freezing at a parade.
Oh, Sarah.
We had a great time.
Sounds
but
adorable.
also the hat was, no, this is whenever I was like in high school.
Oh.
This was like
I'll
reindeer.
definitely need a photo.
I'll see if I can.
Okay, thank you. We'll deal with that off air.
All of the Christmas, all the different like experiences from being younger and being in dance. Oh, the Nutcracker would have been cool. I was never in that.
Well, maybe it's not too late.
Juliana has pictures too of her in the Nutcracker. I feel like we're gonna need
I've
to
shared
share
them
those
before.
too.
Yeah,
I think you did.
They'll come back this Christmas for sure.
Good.
They will.
Stick around, and then maybe you'll catch a photo of Juliana in the Nutcracker.
All of our morning rundown watchers.
all of
Hey guys.
It'll be so much fun.
So much fun.
Well, we will have much more next week, so stick around for that. We'll be back with the morning rundown.
Thanks for watching.